Luis Rodriguez came to Seattle in 1992 as a young 13-year-old to stay with his brother Oscar, all the way from Baja California. He met his high school sweetheart, Leona Moore, in 1995 at Nathan Hale High School. Now, almost 30 years together, they have two beautiful sons, Mauricio and Leonardo. They opened the station coffee shop in May of 2010 in Beacon Hill. Yes, yes. And I think that's about the time where Ricky, you and I met. Remember that conversation we had at the station? Where you said, Ed, it's not all about puppies and airplanes. Never forget that. Must have been the caffeine. Luis, what you put in that coffee? As I said, the station is a place of community, a place of family. And the station just opened a second location in Columbia City this past week. Luis is very proud of being able to accomplish his dreams as a Mexican immigrant, leaving an amazing legacy for himself, his children, and his community. For the past few years, the station has hosted a huge Bikeworks Bike Kids giveaway to make hundreds of kids very happy with a bike of their own. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Luis Rodriguez.
Woo, this is nerve-wracking, but it's going to be for a good cause. I wasn't going to write nothing because I was going to freestyle because it's my life. So they say, if it's your life, you don't have to write it down. You just have to remember. Well, I was wrong. I should have write it down. So right now I was there like, oh my gosh, what's my name? Ed said everything. Bikeworks. Wow, whatever happened to them, right? Bikeworks and the station been in collaboration for the past 3 years. I wish it was way before that. But we have given about 400 bikes or more to the children in our community. I'm very proud of that. So, as a young Mexican immigrant kid down in Mexico, I remember I was 5 years old, maybe 6 years old, the first time I had a bike. My father bought me that bike when I was 6 years old, let's say, and I will never forget that joy that I felt. I'm now 46 years old. I still remember that joy that I had, that happiness that I felt. So Bikeworks giving those bikes to those kids, they will feel that same joy. The second bike I got, that was the most important one, because the first one was just a gift that I wanted that bike. The second bike is basically who I am. I was about 10 years old. I was one of the very few privileged kids in my neighborhood that I had a bike. That bike taught me how to be community. That bike taught me how to build friendships. And I'll tell you why. Many of you guys probably going to relate to this story. I was the one of 10 friends that had the bike. So I had to have one friend in the handlebar, one in the middle, and one in the back. There we were. That bike, and then if I get tired, somebody else will do it, right? That was 30-something years ago. No more. I forget I'm old. We used to go to places faster, farther. I remember, and there was no cell phones at that time, so I can only imagine my parents being like scared, because we used to go far, like Seattle to Renton, far, in those bikes. I will go crazy if my kids do that right now. My dream bike was always a lowrider. I love those lowrider bikes. I could buy one now, but apparently I want to live that as a dream. I want to live that. Like I still want, like I see them all the time. I'm like, oh, I should buy one. But I'm not. I want that dream to stay there. That bike taught me so much. I am a business owner thanks to the bike. I want you guys to understand that giving those bikes to those children, they will make a human being like me be a business owner because of that bike, that community bike that I had. And I will never forget that. I know I am who I am thanks to that bike. So it gives me so much pleasure, so much joy to be here talking about my story, to tell you guys, let's give those kids the same feeling that I have. Maybe one day. First of all, my name is Luis Rodriguez, owner of the Station Coffee Shop. My lovely wife, Leona, who we've been together for 30 years. Let's give those kids that dream that I had one time. Let's keep dreaming. Let's not forget that one time we were kids one time. Vote for me. No, I'm just playing. Thank you. Thank you, guys.